Good evening. Um, my apologies on for the Twitter post because I was like, I'm going to stream, and then I was like, well, I'm not really feeling it. And I felt bad about not streaming, which, like I said, I know is dumb and silly, but I don't know. I still wanted to stream. It's just going to be very low energy, and I was thinking about streaming something else, but I thought this might be nice just to. I don't have to do a whole lot of talking because everything, for the most part, is narrated or voiced. So I'm gonna play Slay the Princess for a little bit. I might switch games, or I might just do a short stream. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. See how I feel. But yeah. Also, it's raining where I'm at, and I don't think that's gonna mess with my internet. But if you guys see anything, let me know. Or who knows, if I disappear randomly and fall off stream, then maybe I lost power. I don't think so. It's just raining. It's not like thundering. Let's get back into this. Okay. So we've beaten the game.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
We've beaten the game.
And in the basement of that cabin
And we've
is
started
a
anew.
princess.
Right, we've started anew, and then we've brought one vessel.
You're
already.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Maybe I'm okay with the world.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
That's not true.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
How would you know? I wonder if, like, certain things have an effect. Like, if you do the I get a reward,
Yes, but
and,
you
like,
have to
it
slay
makes
her
you a little
before you get
greedier
it.
or something. Can you tell me what the prize is going to
It's
be?
a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. But whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay,
Don't mention
off we
it.
go.
It's all part of the job.
Which job? No, I'm kidding.
You make your
We
way
know.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So you don't always get that line.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light.
Trying to get
in
back
room
to the
below.
race.
This
route.
is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Hi, little Mon.
Don't let it
How are you
fool
doing this evening?
It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
You must have the wrong address.
You're doing pretty good? That's good to hear.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Easily.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay.
Ending up buying this and playing through twice last night. Like 2 runs, or did you beat the game twice? Also, I hope you're having fun with it. It's a very good game.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Having a lot of fun with it. Good.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Went through 2. Oh, so you did actually play the game all the way through twice. Alright then. Really sucked you
That
in.
seems like a pretty good compromise.
So you weren't kidding on the stairs. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
That's
You
good. I'm
have
glad
to
you
make
like
a
it.
choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay, I do apologize because if this goes through correctly, I'm gonna be like where she's banging on the door, which I know is really loud.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one
I
has
always
to
love
die.
stories with an unreliable. It does.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the
Have you
mask,
had a
didn't she?
chance?
You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
Have you had a chance to like play Scarlet Hollow yet? gonna save here. That way. Right now we're gonna stick to the plan, but maybe we'll come back into this one.
It will be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Where did the blade go? I don't have it.
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue.
I went through the first chapter
But
once or
sleep doesn't
twice, but I
come.
haven't bought the full game
Instead,
yet.
your rest is broken
Aw.
by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forget it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't. Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the
As someone who
princess's
lives
threats
with
out of your
several
mind as
cats,
best you
I know
can,
that's for a
and
fact
huddle
is
up
not something I
against
could
the
do.
wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
The slightest noise can jerk me awake because of my cats.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Her arm is. She didn't like end up tearing her arm off. Like I know
Try and
she's.
stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near,
I don't know what
it's
this
as
is.
though your body simply stops working.
Has she already transcended into being the nightmare here?
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves.
Because she shouldn't be
First
dead,
your
right?
toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation.
The door
doesn't
swings out
change them.
towards the stairs, so that table wasn't actually doing anything to block the door from opening. Does oh it does, yeah, it goes in. You're right.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you
It's like
feel
the
your
illusion
organs
of it being
shutting down
barricaded.
one by one.
or of it being safe.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, we're at the nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's going to kill me again.
Again?
Sorry.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Don't think he's ever said that line to me before.
What if he hears us?
before?
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
Shit.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all. Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
The only one. Okay, shapes of cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe her. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Truer words have never been said in this game. I guess. So when it comes right down to it, you do have a hard time trusting, except for certain voices.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
But the voices you can trust tend to not give you good advice. Yeah. I was actually thinking of, like, what would happen if you followed one voice, like, very specifically? And it probably leads you to a certain outcome, but...
So deep
I guess
breath
I was
in,
just thinking about how
breath out.
a few of them
Task awaits, and
swap
only
back
you
and
can do
forth,
it.
depending on your choices or depending on what other people say. I guess most of them do that. No, that's not true. A lot of them are like... very specific about not trusting the princess or wanting to kill her. I'm not really including the contrarian in this group. The contrarian and the opportunist are the two I'm not super including in that group. But aside from the smitten and the hero, sometimes, I feel like that's a factor in the chapter 2 splits, whether or not you go along with the voice. Yeah.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You have. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Can we have a bomb?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Hold on, I wanted to check something real quick. In the... The stranger doesn't have anything else to it, according, or at least not on the achievements. Because, like, with the razor, it has, like, the parentheses full next to it. Or the deconstructed damsel. And then... the burned gray. I assume there's another version of the gray you can bring.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static,
Continues to not mention
as
the
if you're
eyes.
descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us. It can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. It'll be enough. You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know. I yeet myself off into the void. I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
The sigh.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways.
The last time we did this,
What seems to be the end of the room,
I went left.
they
I don't know if
diverge
it
in opposite
matters.
directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just...
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
The thing with the word either is it implies two, and there's three. Oh no, it is. I thought that was the center. I'm thinking of The Stranger, where there's a center stair. Go back the way you came. I do nothing.
You decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are.
Yes,
I
they shall.
told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
I wonder too.
Out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
I wonder how long Paranoid can keep that up.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to.
She's a very petulant sort of voice.
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Hey, snap out of it.
Oh. Oh, okay. Telling Sid make her stop.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver,
One
nerves,
moment,
heart,
and then
lungs,
you're
liver,
gone.
nerves,
Just
heart,
like
lungs, liver,
that.
nerves,
Ah,
heart, lungs,
and
liver,
there's the
nerves,
fear.
heart, lungs. She pulls away. Nerves, heart,
But that wouldn't be
lungs,
very fun,
liver,
now would it?
nerves, heart,
I've already done that.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
What happened?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me.
What happened last time?
So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Liver, nerves, heart,
Hmm.
lungs, liver, nerves.
Let's have to try.
heart, Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Run.
liver,
Huh.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Okay, that's kind of what she wants.
Nerves,
If I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Being around you is agony. I'm not going to stick around. What happens if I refuse?
Then we're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
Static, and a skipped
Oh.
beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear.
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Only until your heart finally gives out.
I mean, probably would not be good, but
You know, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
unfortunately, I'm curious. We saved, though, before... Up at the top, right? Yeah, we saved at the top. Hi, cool. I apologize, Paranoid, for running.
Turn and run, doing your best to put one useless leg in front of the other.
You poor, poor thing. Wrong choice.
Probably.
You get nowhere before the princess is in front of you once again.
You're always going to be a coward.
Fair.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it
Oh.
down. You don't get the
Oh.
chance to see what lies beneath before
There's a
it
teardrop.
envelops you.
She cried.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
No, 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 no.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
Why 80 years specifically? They did an amazing job drawing her different faces. Yeah, they did.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No, 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 no. No, no. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
He doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you.
Well, you broke the narrator, at least.
I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. A monolith of... Oh god, what happened? The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit! Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
Question.
There was a princess, I think.
Hi, it's broken.
It's all so fuzzy.
Oh, this is cool.
It
I love this
hurts
one.
when I try to remember.
That's fair.
I think we were trying to save the world. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, we don't.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out.
Oh, hi, opportunist.
That's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there
never mind.
forever.
I might have everybody.
I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
A heart's a stubborn thing.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
That's not true.
We love her, so we have to set her free.
Out of fucking nowhere, this is Smith.
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
I love how just committed he is regardless.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
That's a good question. How many times have you all been here? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. Stay where you are. No. That's a good question. How many times have you been?
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. It also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so.
Did she?
You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this. And some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions?
What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up! You were here.
Thanks, Stubborn.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep things.
It would be interesting is if the hero's
They're all
name changed
solid.
with his personality.
A shame, really.
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized. And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same. Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
Of course we're wrong.
No,
She's the only thing that's right.
not the direction we were
Yes,
supposed to go in.
obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. What are we going to do about it? Just gonna go to the
You
cabin.
slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
It's like it's not in the right order. Or no, it is. It's just it's separated. They're floating. I thought it was. Oh, that's a really cool trick.
Don't ask him about the mirror.
Got it.
He always says he never sees it.
I know.
He always lies.
Yes, I know.
And he always makes it gone.
Got it.
It's exhausting. We must be such a mess, but we never get the chance to fix ourselves. That thing is mocking us.
The mirror or the narrator?
Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth.
Smitten is really in his own world. He really is. You know, one of the next times we do this and we go for the damsel, let's just full on commit to like the Smittens, like rescuing her and stuff like that.
Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
Alright. Well, what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are.
Huh.
Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
Careful, hero.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin. Oh.
The cabin that isn't there.
And the mirror that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah, but
Exactly. I'm sure that whatever you settle on, it'll be the best possible decision you could have made.
can we yeet the mirror into the void?
Proceed. Proceed to where?
I wish I knew. It was my
I'm afraid
only
you're going to have to
option.
be a little more specific.
That's my only
That's a
option.
new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
Thank you.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see?
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment.
Why do you think it's always a pristine blade? Like, for all the things that do change in this game, the blade doesn't. And even more to the point, like, when he'll bring it up again, it's always a pristine blade, or the pristine blade. Like, it never changes shape or size, aside from getting bloody once, like, you've stabbed either yourself or the princess. It always has that specific, you know, descriptor to it. And it's one of those things that draws my attention, because, like, he'll bring it up multiple times in, like, the same sentence or the same block of dialogue, and every time it'll be the pristine blade. I'm just curious if there's a reason for that.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Okay, never mind. He said the blade is your implement there. Just, I don't know, it seems like most of the time it's pristine.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
Oh, that's fun. Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else, don't you remember? You have to take the blade. Fun. Does it matter which of these do it? Here we go again. This one.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep.
Let's not.
Deep in the bowels of
Oh.
the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
There you are. My toy has finally come to finish his job.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
You dragged this out for so much longer than you had to.
Don't tempt me, I'll drag it out even further.
Closer.
Oh hey, you have 3 arms. Or is that your foot?
But it was always just a matter of time.
And closer.
You are going to have to stop running eventually.
No, I don't.
And closer.
Everything stops running eventually.
Give me the option to lunge at her and make us both fall to the pit.
Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too.
No, thank you.
A trinket that gets to stay with me all the time. Right by my side. A witness. Oh, I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything.
Aw.
Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
What are we supposed to do? She took our weapon. This really was a lost cause, wasn't it? You sealed our fate when you ran away. Fear is the real killer. Oh well.
Oh well.
There's no paralysis anymore. Is it because we've already given her what she wants?
Damn it. You're just an object. A tool. You once were something else a long time ago. But was that something new, or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free. Oh, fine.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
Why is our arm so long?
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next. I didn't think I'd be so tired.
She looks nice with 3 arms. The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
Almost.
That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think I'd like that.
Aw.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Its secrets remain hidden, its mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
Boys, it's been an honor.
That was such an interesting little farewell from each of them. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Okay, so that is the bloat. We've already gotten that one. I don't know what the mirror achievements are. I assume they have to do with the voices in the narrator, but... You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant?
Yeah.
I am an unbroken path.
I imagine most of this dialogue is going to be the same.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There, it feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is... Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy isn't seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Oh, there it is. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured. You will have your rest in due time.
It's like 5 you have to bring her, right?
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Bring the moment of clarity to her. The scattered vessel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
There's something after like seeing all the different versions of the cabin, how like this is the one that's weirdest to me. I guess because of how bright it is, if that makes any sense.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Right up until I'm not.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I'm curious if you can free
I'm
her
probably
without
chained up in
talking
this
to her.
basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I guess not.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? Actually, you know what? I don't know if I've ever actually said this one.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
That is true.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Right?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to
I wonder if I
raise.
can do that, and like if I leave the blade
They
down
wouldn't
here,
have
will
just
she
left
grab
the key
it?
to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? That's... You know what, let's very direct. Let's do that.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
I can lose an arm. Alright, prepare to lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Okay.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier
It
if
kind
you
of just
simply
shows up for
slain
me.
her like you were
I
supposed
guess
to.
they-
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
So this
Watch
isn't...
me.
Would this still be the damsel, even though it's not the quote-unquote softer princess? Shoot, hold on. Ah, I've got too many of these. Wait, there, we'll save over this one. Okay. I need to back up and go through some of these, so I don't just have a million saves.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Well, at least she won't, not, miss stabbing you a whole bunch.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Maybe.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was certainly something. The prisoner. Huh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You know what? It's time to call you a bastard.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess.
just have to keep trying.
Aw, alright. Skeptics chill with the princess this time
I'm
around.
inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Nah, don't worry about it. Proceed to go.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh. It's always a funny bit.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Oh, the mirror just disappears. Oh.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few
It's a little
sputtering
like
torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the
The
stone
different
steps.
damsels basement.
If her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
Oh.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
That's excessive.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
But it means I can't just cut her free. Got it.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That is a curious observation.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I didn't kill you last time. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? No, we're not leaving. I have a save. I can come back to this. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
She's so diplomatic.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit closer. No, sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this.
Huh.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. It's complicated things. How, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously.
Well, you have no
being
idea what
here
we've
means
done.
that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Oh.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine.
Not too many people
You won't
would,
get
I
another
imagine.
word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
It's not my fault. They won't shut up. What happened after that I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
The other chain on the wall, who's a whore?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Maybe it will.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I can inspect the shackle. Okay, not right now. What would you asked about my intentions? What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Off with her head. We'll carry it out.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Maybe she would.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Maybe she would.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Oh, that works. I'm actually okay with
she
that.
would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
Can you actually cut a head off with just a knife?
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Alternatively, what if she just cuts her own heart out and hands it to us?
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Fair.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Well, yeah, sure.
So,
but
what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
fair.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. if you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Sure. If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. That seems really brutal. Hold on, I'm gonna save over this one. I know there are multiple pages, but right, we're saved.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
Just because they're investigating it doesn't mean it's just going to snap around your
And
neck.
what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I still have the knife. I can cut my arm off and I can still hand it to the princess.
I am.
It's fine. Fuck the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Does it really just snap around my wrist?
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Oh, that's fun.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Yes?
Are we stuck here now?
Sorry. It's really funny.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Is it...
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It sure is.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Maybe not. So we're both stuck here?
Yep.
Yep. Not one for one. Neither am I. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
That's rude.
Nah, it's fine. Okay, wait in silence.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
But like, she's not actively escaping. Why is the world only safe when she dies? Why is a permanent prison not an option?
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
Alright.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
It's not small talk, it's important details.
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved.
True.
I guess she hasn't.
Oh, we've lost the
Even
knife.
more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then... And?
Oh, does this count as her escaping?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Yeah.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Yeah.
She's gone. Where does she... Is that a... mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Use Lizard. Okay. I don't know if I have all the mirror ones. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Hold on.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me. I care about your gifts, but I have no preference. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlet. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Okay. We're gonna pause for a quick second. Guarded vessel, bring the prisoner to her.
You're on a path in the...
Oh boy. Okay. This is our current save. Load. We're going to start... Actually, let me start with this one. I think this will be the easiest one. Because I don't think this matters. Oh! It got rid of all the things in between. Do you remember that? It had a bunch of...
You reach down to take the blade, but as you
Okay.
do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into...
So that... It doesn't matter. You take the blade regardless. Oof. The rushing wind in that one. This is right before we did the nightmare, right? We left the blade upstairs, and we decided we were going to leave her down here. Okay. That's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying
It's never too
her.
late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
Okay. If we're sure about this decision,
This-
I'll support it.
Potentially leads me
I
back to
suppose
the
we have
witch,
a
though,
world
right?
to save after all.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment
Yeah.
ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Where is she?
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Oh, wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
You do your best to patiently wait her out, but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Shoot.
You
Keep
wait
waiting.
for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remains. You barely even realize that you've started to drift off. Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs. There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone.
Oh,
It
noted.
can't just end like this,
You're already half gone.
right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I died.
I
What
can
am I doing
assure
here?
you that you're not dead.
I also died very
As to answer
painfully.
your second question, if he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right
Lies.
now
You
is march up to
liar.
that cabin and slay the princess. A warning, but she will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Yes. In this particular example, yes. It's both.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe. Hear and smell. Why did you specify those two?
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls.
This
The
word
only
needs to give
furniture
me
of
so
note
much
is a
trouble.
termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
It doesn't look termite eaten.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Because it's quote unquote the beast, we definitely probably should take the blade. Come on. Resave over this one. There we go. But I'm not going to at the beginning.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess
He's
we'll just have
whispering.
to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
Maybe.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives, she growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way
The
down
very
the
careful
stairs.
whispering of the hunted is funny to me.
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
I don't think so.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now. You lunge aside, picking a direction on instinct.
Goodness.
As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess.
How massive?
In an
Oh.
instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Noted.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want? We don't have to kill each other. What if we helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own once you've already left. Stop hiding and show yourself. We're not running for the stairs. Let's make this count. We don't have to kill
You
each
cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
other. Fair. I love that in a lady. What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have
Oh.
no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
If she swallows us whole but like doesn't kill us and then tries to leave, would that work?
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
I can play dead. Survive, play dead, stand still. Play dead.
We're playing dead.
Yeah.
It's unexpected. It could work. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you collapse to the ground, feigning death. She lands directly on top of you with her full weight, nearly crushing you into the dirt, but then silence, only broken by the sound of your beating heart.
I got distracted by Dustin. Hold on. Oh, I'll take a picture of it later. The possum from Scarlet Hollow was the icon for the achievement I just got.
That actually worked, didn't it? Only, what do we do to make her leave? Do we just keep playing dead? She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds yours. Her breaths are hot and oppressive against your skin.
Have you seen my great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
Am I about to get eaten?
Move, now! But it's too late for you to move. Her jaw unhinges, and she swallows you whole.
Yeah, cool.
I guess that's it then, isn't it?
Isn't
Unfortunately
it?
for you, no.
Unfortunately.
Isn't it?
Yeah, we're still
You are in a dark and
alive.
caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Oh.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
It's very
She
specific.
stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
The cabin speaks to her, or the construct speaks to her?
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Wait for death. You could have asked before swallowing me alive. Can you talk to
I
the cabin?
understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Okay. I don't think bluffing here is going to work.
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails, claws, teeth, hands, feet.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. That does seem to be the key.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the
The cage is still locked.
Okay.
Again you tear, heart pumping with adrenaline, your ulcerating hands a blur of feverish motion fueled by the desperation to fight against being reduced to lifeless molecules and meat. Pulling your hands to bang you as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
Your energy is fading, but you can hear her heart thumping somewhere close. There's so little of you left. Your fingers reduced to bone, your nerves bare and screaming, the acid pooling around you now a soup of your skin and meat.
Oh.
You are a spark of will driving a melted corpse.
I mean, it works for others.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wild. Oh, fun.
We are a path in the woods.
Oh.
We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
What the fuck? Okay.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that?
Oh, can you not tell that's the princess?
That's not the princess.
Oh.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh no. How many times have you been here?
I think this is our third?
That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Oh, isn't that fun? He's upset. Of course I'm upset. The world is at stake here, as I'm sure you already know. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel
Aw.
so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart, and we can be so much more still, vast, unfathomable.
If you really want to know what happened, we tried playing dead, and she ate us. She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together.
Sorry, it's really funny.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Sure, being one with the princess is pretty great, but what can we even do right now? Hope we're not supposed to just passively exist like this. I did not sign up for passive existence when we faked our own death.
Passively exist. Oh. This thing watching us. What is
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you.
You are still watching us.
That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about
We
it?
push back. It may feel like he's everywhere,
My hands are cold.
but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Sure, remember how it felt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Sorry.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
I can't see anything.
Maybe a little peek wouldn't hurt. Aren't you curious? I'm curious. You should look. Never mind. If he wants to look, then I
the
don't
contrarian.
want to.
Bury it now, before it's too late. Gaze at the terror in your heart. Save. Shh. Save here. Gaze at the terror.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart.
I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten.
Not many people would.
I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. But she didn't care. She didn't care at all.
As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be. Finally, something is happening. I honestly didn't know what to make of this. A bit too metaphysical for me. It's hard to have a goof when you're stuck being metaphysical.
I just don't think outside the box
No,
enough.
I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Some division, and so, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
The cabin approaches and swallows me whole?
And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be.
Oh.
At the center of it all is the princess.
She looks
a
like
wooden
Tabitha.
and fleshy heart
in this particular.
beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
I don't think we should kill her. It would annoy him if we didn't, right?
No, he doesn't sound sure this time.
Safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this?
You have to. You know you have to.
I never wanted to kill you, not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. to put it in whatever. Totes. Plus it all. We have too many of these. We cut her free.
Devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
Sorry, this is really
that
funny.
other thing is... You'll just have to wait and find out when it happens. Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
Yeah, we'll carry her if we need to.
Ah, that's right. See
Aw.
this. I thrive on your frustration.
I know this is like really like body horror-esque and creepy, but I actually really love this.
I didn't think you would do that after everything.
It makes her look like a greater undead from like a certain kind of vampire that's like really old, and this is what's left, and then they use like their basically their abilities to control other things.
It's so cold without you.
Oh.
She's gone. And is that a...
You've grown. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
You have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Bring the wounded wild to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
Hold up. Load. Oh, this is gonna suck. Are you sure? Yes.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
No. Oh, is she still wounded then?
She's gone. And is that a...
Flickering lights in empty city. Whenever you are ready. This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Okay, it seems like it's the same.
I await your return. but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Okay.
You're on a path
Okay.
in
Stop. Nope. Okay, so we can save her for that one. Oh, bless it all. Now where do we back up to? This is still the beast. Let's come back here. Or not. I forgot to switch over to load. Whoops. Guys, I'm bad at this. Okay, never mind. We'll have to go from here and make another save. Dang it. Okay, loading. Please wait. Okay. This is the prisoner. We inspect the shackle. Okay. Okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the knife.
Slide it over.
Sliding it.
Absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you,
Oh
I
no.
wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just the angry grumbling was really funny.
Princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
No.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
Problem.
What is she doing?
Cutting her head off.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. I'll watch in uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, her smile unwavering as she soars through skin.
Oh, why the sound
veins,
effects?
Cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
She
Killing herself?
beheading herself.
She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Can't put it back. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
I just have like in my head the like when you get to the end of a night on Five Nights at Freddy's, the like confetti in the chorus of "Yay!"
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Wink.
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now?
We're taking her
Of course,
head.
The princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. We should take her with us.
There we go.
You think?
I do think.
What? No. You shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
Right, she saved
You
the
don't
world.
need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Oh, how rude.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them. I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax. I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down. I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Take the princess with you. Oh, why? You can carry a head without having to
Pick up
pull
the
by the
princess's
hair.
severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
We also have our knife back.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't. She's dead.
But what if she's not?
Oh, what if she's not?
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
Oh, there he goes.
Over? Is he gone?
He's gone.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Oh,
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
there you go, entity. I've gifted you a head. And just a head.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror?
You've withered? Okay. Noted. Oh, she has the body.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is changing, and yet the rest.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical.
Okay,
She
same.
has protected herself when others could. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Gratuitous vessel. Bring the prisoner's head to her. She's going to be so mad at
You're
us
on a
if we walk
path.
out of there without her head. Like, really, really mad at us. Yes.
This path is already worn by
Oh.
travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Wait, what?
Got it. Okay. How are we doing? We can do one or two more. I have a feeling if I try to cut her out of the I did it again. I'm still on load. Bless it all. Or I'm on save, not load. Whoops. Why isn't there, like, when you're down here, there's not a load? There's history, skip, auto, save, quick load, preferences. I don't know if there's a way to change that. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I still have this one, so I can try to get back to it if I'll stop making this mistake. Okay, this is the nightmare. Continue down the stairs in silence.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
We'll do this last one and then I'll probably end stream.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird No, I'm not. Excuse me. We're going to die down here. Please stop saying that.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you.
Go back the way you came.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
This one makes me think of Little Nightmares. Like I mean literally she's just the nightmare, but I meant like the music.
There you are. I told you.
As the princess approaches, your arms quickly follow. This is it.
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. What did you do? Pull yourself together.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
As your blood begins to heart, your lungs pull in
I'm
a
kind of
desperate.
flicking through this stuff.
I'm working. And then experience.
Okay, what?
You have seconds.
Yes, I'm sure.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish.
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill. Your weapon is still in your hand.
Okay, so I know if we kill her, we can go to the race. Okay. Why won't you finish me off? Yeah, hold on, let me get the race real quick.
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive.
Princess leans forward.
If I want to see you gone, alright.
She slowly runs her velvet. Shit, make her stop.
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath. You're back.
One moment. Ah, and there.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I tried to leave while you slept. You died. I don't think I can leave without you.
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. You seem miserable. No, definitely not. If you're what I need to, don't worry. I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle. We're stuck down here together.
Static, and a skipped beat as she.
No! Heart!
Only until your heart finally gives out. And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. And that's kind of lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative. I'm glad you're seeing things.
Okay, so there's that, there's sleeping together, and there's slaying her. Save here. being around you is agony. I'm
We
around.
both know that you don't have a say here, so you should just look on the bright side. The bright side is for you, but I'm positive you can find it if you look hard enough.
I wonder how long I can keep up talking, like if paranoid can keep this up. I'll just die then. Isn't here to stop?
Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance. I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my hands and squeeze it. I'm going to make it afraid, just like I've made you afraid. The world needs fear, doesn't it? Every terror I bring would make the good times so much better. Well, I'm practically doing a public good. So what harm is there really in letting me out?
People will die if you do to them what you've done to me.
Well, everyone dies eventually. They're all full of wet, thriving things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets unwound. And then those things get to become a new everybody. Just to come apart all over again. All I want is to be there for it. I want to watch it happen, and maybe do a little unwinding myself. Is that really so much to ask?
Okay, great.
I am what I am.
Ow.
And right now, I'm in control. So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
He raises one long gloved finger at its heart, lungs,
Ooh,
liver,
calm down.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
And then we'll wind up right back where we started. Round and round we'll go. I wonder what will be different next time. Maybe you'll actually be able to move a limb. Who knows? I'm always going to win.
lungs, liver, nerves,
Are you sure about that? Give enough tries and I'm bound to win eventually. And maybe you don't get to come back like I do.
Is that a bet you're willing to take?
Sure.
Imagine climbing a mountain of lifetimes. And when you finally reach the summit, when you finally win, the only view you find is me. And then I push you. And you go tumbling all the way down this millions upon millions of battered and broken pieces of you that couldn't make the cut. What then? Would you have it in you to climb again? It sounds like a lot of effort for nothing. When instead we can just leave this place together. Hand in hand.
Yeah, but I just please don't.
Princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably. But you can't help but imagine a smile carve its way from ear to ear on the other side of her mask.
Thinking about that knife, are we? So, put that little theory to the test. See how it plays out. But I don't think you're going to like what happens. Because even if you make me dead, you're not getting out of here. This place is mine. And I'm not giving you the stairs unless I'm leaving with you.
That's fair. Okay. We've tried running. That doesn't help. Save here. I apologize, Paranoid. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try and kill you. So if you're worse, possibly to remain with your nightmare.
You're serious? You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission.
Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to
Oh,
her
does
mask
this result
and
in
pulls
the
it down.
mask? Yeah.
You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it, like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through.
No.
Let me out.
Your existence.
Let
I've never-
me out.
Oh god. Okay. Stop. Dear Lord. Load. See if I remember to do it correctly this time. Okay, so that does take you back to the moment of clarity. Okay. Yes.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Okay, let's get out of here together.
What? No!
Yeah.
Come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
I don't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
How about you go?
Why, are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're too important to me now. Besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen either. So go on. Go ahead.
She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet.
Alright.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
She just, like, when you're trying to call a cat.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right.
Try the door.
Oh, look at that. It's locked. What a relief for the world.
I think the door is
It'll
locked.
open. You just have to give it a tug.
Okay, try the door.
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out. You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
No, he's not.
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs. You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best.
What are you doing?
What are we doing?
Heart. Lungs. Finally, I can talk. Now now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah, fuck this guy. Don't trust him.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Really?
Heart,
So you'd have them trust her? Oh,
liver,
of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it?
Doesn't
I
it?
suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down. Thank you for your gracious show of support. But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking. Alright, I'm done. You can let me take over again.
Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
Okay. Save here. Okay. And return. Leave the cabin.
The doorknob twists in your
Let
hand,
your terrors loose upon the world.
revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. Liver, you've actually done it. You've
Doomed everyone.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
Aw.
Why is it so cold?
So that's probably the same as the other nightmare. We'll ask, though.
She's gone. And is that a...
Flickering lights, an empty city. Whenever you are ready. This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Okay. So that's still the same. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me. We will meet again.
Oh, bring the nightmare to her. A terrifying bus. Oh yeah, because the other one was.
You're on a path in the woods. You're
Stop.
here to slay her.
Main menu. Okay, so the reason why I have these two different ones is I want to see if there's a difference between killing her here and killing her here. This is still the damsel. This is the beast. This is before the beast. That's a Moogie outside my room. And this is the one we're going to keep going. This is where we're actually collecting vessels. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'll have to go through and see if there's a way for me to delete. I'm pretty sure there probably is a way for me to delete my saves. I just might have to actually like open up the game files to do it. Or something. Okay. But that is it for me tonight. There's a crying Moogie outside my door. I don't know when I will stream next, but I'll try to keep you all updated. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a lovely evening or time of day that is for you, and until then, bye!